Hello all, and welcome to the zoo.
Why am I here?
Minions of the Zoo is a lovable ragtag group of misfits that sprang up initially as a fan group to Ranting Monkey, Scribelite, Some Dumb American, and their joint Lords of the Night livestream show. Late night discussions in Discord quickly evolved into streams of their own, with each member bringing something new and different to the table for discussion. Led by the incomparable Rejekt PPC and the one-ton hammer, the group rotates hosts known as Zookeepers.
Hello everybody and welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host for this evening, One Ton Hammer.
I will be your zookeeper tonight, Rejekt.
Alright, and welcome to the zoo. I am TheLuckyPoptart.
Inquisitor, Sanguine.
Skep Tock.
I'm Prospero.
And I'm Delahazed.
Regular streamers, they're known as minions, and special guests are known as traveling exhibits. They're on a nightly basis, so that each show has something unique and fresh for our audience. Minions of the Zoo currently streams at 10:30 Central Standard, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Let's be xenophobic. It's really in this year. Let's find a nasty, slimy, ugly alien to fear. There's no more cutesy stories about E.T. phoning home. Let's learn to love our neighbors like the Christians learned in Rome. We know we ought to hate them. They're different, you see. We've seen they're mean and ugly on movies and TV. The folks that ought to know have told us how it's got to be. The gospel truth is found in scenes from Alien and V. Let's wipe out any life form that seems to be a threat. We'll serve them up a genocide they never will forget. 'Cause if we miss a couple, they'll breed a couple more. And soon we'll all be hating twice as many as before. You see, aliens can never be as good as humankind. A more delightful race than us you'll never ever find. So step aside, you star slime, we're ready for your worst. We know you want to beat us, enslave us and defeat us, oppress us and browbeat us unless we get you first.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the zoo. I'm your zookeeper for tonight, Inquisitor. Minion joining me is Eeyore. We were just talking about Grey Knights and transports before we went live. They always had Land Raiders, dude. Grey Knights always had Land Raiders. Yep. I say in the Demon Hunters Codex back in the day, they also had chimeras. No, you couldn't put Grey Knights in it. You could put Inquisitorial Stormtroopers in it. But they got rid of the Inquisition and Grey Knights and Sisters of Battle and Death Watch all working together. Which is stupid because all of them are supposed to be fighting arms of the Inquisition. The Sisters of Battle, it's a informal sort of thing. Whenever the Hereticus goes to war, they requisition Battle Sisters. And then the Grey Knights and Deathwatch, no, they are the Order Militant of the Inquisition for the Xenos and Malleus. That's the reason why if you look at the models for them, all of them have the Inquisitorial eye on their armor. Mm-hmm. Thousand Suns all the way, man. Damage 1 weapons means that my rubrics have fucking AP, or have a 2+ armor save. I hope you have a lot of it. Because bolt rifles are a wash. You get AP -1, but I get AP +1. So then I'm saving on a 3+. Rubrics are also fearless. Automatically pass morale tests. Yes. I was reading up all the stuff there on Thousand Suns in the latest community article, and I was like, oh my god, really tempting me to go and dig out my Thousand Suns and seeing about finishing them. Also, no, it's not. Damage what? What damage on a stalker? Yes. Yes. Unwavering phalanx. Reduce the damage by 1. Oh yeah, and then I also get +1 on my armor save when I reduce the damage by 1. Yes. Read the article. Read the article. It explicitly states that when the weapon is reduced to damage 1 with unwavering phalanx, it kicks in all his dust. Strat. Oh, you guys can't hear? Oh, wait, you guys can't hear Eeyore. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. For some reason my chat isn't going. I can't, yeah, it's completely blank. Here, let me refresh. Yeah, here, hold on. Oh, I know why. Fucking, I hate. Hold on. There we go.
Alright, see you guys.
Now, okay. Well, thanks, Terry. Okay, now everyone should be able to hear Donkey.
Shall we test that?
Go ahead and speak, Donkey.
I just did.
Oh yeah.
Do I need to speak again?
You're peaking audio. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Oh, where were we? It sounds like unwavering phalanx is effectively the same idea as transhuman. Okay, you casted it on that unit. Switch to something else.
Well, you do it after taking fire.
Damn it!
Yeah, it's not something you pop before you take your shots. It's the same with transhuman as well. You don't pop transhuman before you take the shots.
I believe transhuman is on being targeted. However, due to how the core rules work, the targeting is unit by unit, so you can't just switch the entire unit after it's targeted something.
Well, yeah, you declare your target, and then you roll for it, and that's when you pop transhuman physiology.
Fair enough.
Unwavering phalanx. So afterwards, the next unit you choose to shoot with, yeah, you can just not shoot that unit.
There's also the old reliable, which is plasma incinerators.
But see, here's the thing. You overcharge your plasma incinerators, unwavering phalanx. Damage goes down to 1. You run the risk of killing your marines on a 1, and...
Then why would I overcharge? Why would I overcharge? I'm still hitting you with AP minus... I'm still hitting you with AP minus 4, AP minus 5 in the tactical doctrine.
I still have a 5-up invulnerable save. And a 5-up armor save because +1.
Wait, well... No, it's a 6.
Huh? No? +1.
It's
Remember.
a 6.
Damage 1. +1. So I'm at a 2.
Down
2 minus 3.
Down to 2, and then there's AP of 4, which puts it back up to 6.
How are you getting AP 4 from a plasma incinerator? All plasma is -3.
No. Plasma incinerator on the Hellblasters is all AP 4. I figured this out in my first game, and I have never forgotten it.
Well, let's put it this way. It still doesn't matter because it's still a 5+ save, because all Tzeentchian units have an 5+ invulnerable save at worst. And still 2 wounds now.
Pass me the null zone. Screw you.
Oh, that's very presumptuous of you, that thinking that as a Thousand Suns player, I don't have 1,000,000,007 denies.
Denies. Fair enough. Fair enough. There's got to be a Astartes relic that denies invulnerable saves in a radius.
I don't think there's a relic, not for Space Marines.
No.
I know there's Battle Sister stuff. Like, there's the blessing for the Battle Sisters that does.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Thousand Suns are fucking great. I seriously heavily want to play them.
It is fortunate that, at the same time as horrifying, that the Thousand Suns have gotten such spicy buffs.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing about it is that no one used to take rubrics. Not really. But now rubrics are actually really good. So people are going to start taking rubrics, which is cool.
And Zangor's got a bit of a nerf, didn't they?
Well, it's weird. What it is that now, just like everyone else has some sort of like detachment rule. Like the Sisters of Battle can't take any more than 1 canoness or missionary per detachment. Thousand Suns, you cannot take any more cultists than you have rubrics or Scarab Occult, and you cannot take any more Zangors than you have total rubrics or Scarab Occult. And that means units,
and I think
not models.
Yeah, it's a unit-by-unit basis. I think that's actually carried over from the Death Guard one. You can't take Nurglings, Poxwalkers, or Cultists unless it's that same equivalent.
Yeah, you need to have Plague Marines to do that.
Or one of the Shroud Terminators, I think, would also be explicitly stated.
Yeah, Death Shroud or...
Death or Blight. I believe they're separate.
They are. They're separate units, so it means you could, if you could spare the points, take 3 of each. But, meh. But yeah, it still doesn't change the fact that almost every competitive list takes no actual Plague Marines. It's funny. Like, that's the whole point of that rule was to do that, but nope.
Most people just fill out that necessary prerequisite with Death Shroud / Blight Shroud.
Yep, because those are the best units in the Codex, apparently.
I've heard that. And assuming that now 2 Traitor Astartes codexes, both of the independent ones have had that rule, I can fully expect that rule to come to Chaos Cultist in the Undivided Codex.
Yes, I can almost guarantee you it will. Which is fine. I also probably think that it's going to be far more lenient in the Chaos Undivided Codex. It will have Chaos Space Marines in any stripe count towards the maximum number for cultists. So if you take like berserkers in your,
I would give an argument. I would give an argument that it would be Heretic Astartes core. I do not see Havocs gaining the core keyword.
No. Well, I don't know. Do Devastators have the core keyword?
I think so. However,
If
Havocs are
Devastators
just...
have it, Havocs will too.
Right. I'm just trying to match it up without Chaos Space Marines. A Heretic Astartes Terminator, a Heretic Astartes, whatever you would count those chosen units, all 4 of them. Or list all 4 of them explicitly.
Well, I like I said, I personally think that if you've got Berserkers, it'll count. If you've got Rubrics, it'll count.
I agree to that.
Ones, it'll count.
But you understand what I'm trying to discount from that. Raptors, Sky Talons, Havocs, that stuff.
Well, Havocs will probably will. But I also see Havocs changing. Havocs may get what Space Marines have. Sisters of Battle got massively nerfed with Retributors. So, who knows?
Losing that ability to just fly around the battlefield?
Well, it's move without taking any penalty to moving and shooting.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, I personally think that they'll probably have the same thing as Devastators, meaning if you stand still, you get +1 to hit. Meaning the hit on 2s if you stand still. It still sucks that Retributors got nothing, but then again, Retributors were the single unit in the Sisters Codex that it was like, you never didn't take Retributors.
And the way Retributors used to work, I can fully understand why.
Yeah.
I mean, how devastating is a bunch of heavy flamer Retributors piling out of a Rhino at point-blank range?
Well, what's even worse is something like, multi-meltas or heavy bolters. Heavy bolters would cut down Marines like they're nothing. And no matter what, they're always on the move and hit on 3s. So.
Now the only way you can get that after moving is either Ardent Shroud or our Martyred Lady and having lost the Superior.
Mm-hmm. Well, no. Martyred Lady and having
What do you mean no?
Martyred Lady and having lost any model in the unit.
Fair. However, in a minimum strength unit, the Superior is going first.
Yes, because you don't want to lose a heavy weapon. But that's one thing that Havocs don't have. Both Devastators and Retributors can pad their units with numbers. You can take, regular Marines and regular Sisters with bolters to give the squad more wounds. But you can't with Havocs.
I thought Havocs could.
Nope. Havocs are limited to 5. That's their biggest Achilles heel right now.
Boo!
Yep. But by the same token, if you make them, or if you give them Yeah, if you're playing, like, say, Black Legion or something, which Black Legion actually do have some really fucking good rules. I mean, Abaddon's a piece of shit, but Black Legion itself has really, really fucking good rules. Namely, the Council of Traders stratagem. Yeah, if you're playing Black Legion and you take Havocs, you just give him Mark of Slaanesh. Then you get access to the Endless Cacophony stratagem, which allows you to shoot your Havoc squad again.
Oh, wait. Well, I assume that can work with any non-chosen legion. Let's put it that way.
It's anything like, okay. Say you're playing Iron
You
Warriors.
know what I mean by you know what I mean by a non-chosen legion.
Yeah, say you're playing like Iron Warriors or Word Bearers or anything like that. No squad is ever given a specific mark of chaos of any specific god. So you can give them any mark you want. If you're playing World Eaters, that strategy doesn't work because you can't give a Havoc squad a mark of Slaanesh. When you're World Eaters, everything has the mark of Khorne.
Because one of the two chosen legions within this codex.
Yes. It's the same with Thousand Sons and Death Guard, but that doesn't need to be said because they have their own codexes and their own armies.
And a good batch of their own custom models.
Yeah. Not to mention also neither one of them get access to Havocs.
They have equivalents or no?
Well, Thousand Sons don't. I don't think the Death Guard do either. But then again, the Death Guard don't need it. They have Myphetic Blight Haulers. They have fucking Plague Burst Crawlers. They have all sorts of shit. They have way better fucking heavy support than regular Chaos does. And still access to most of the really good stuff that Chaos gets, like Defilers and fucking Forge Fiends and Mauler Fiends.
Defilers are good.
Well, especially now, since they've got their ballistic skill increased.
Wait, it was hard increased, or are we referring to the old vehicle rule?
It is hard increased. It used to be BS4. Now it is BS3. Well, for everyone but regular Chaos Marines, because they haven't gotten their codex yet. For Death Guard and for Death Guard and Thousand Sons, it's going to be 3+.
Which is very, very good for them.
Yes. It's very, very good for a fucking Defiler. It's also kind of bullshit in my opinion. Defilers are not supposed to be that accurate. It's essentially possessed by a demon who's getting used to their new body.
I've always understood Defilers to be mad beasts trapped inside tank-like bodies.
They're a demon. In 3rd Ed Codex, like, there used to be demonic gifts, which were upgrades you could give various things, including your Chaos Lord and vehicles and so on and so forth. One of the upgrades was demonic possession for vehicles. It allowed you to ignore crew shaken, crew stunned result, and when you immobilized it, it could repair itself.
This is sounding like a bunch of old rules that are no longer in practice.
It is. But, like I said, the reason why it had all that is because it came core with the demonic gift, demonic possession.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that demonic possession did too, if you took it, is you couldn't transport anything that had demonic possession. So if you put like demonic possession on a Land Raider, it lost its ability to transport stuff. The reason why is because when you open the crew compartment, it's supposed to be filled with a fleshy sack of meat that is the actual body being integrated with the tank of the demon.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why
I like the...
If you look at some of the upgrade sprue on any Chaos model, there's a flat panel with like spikes protruding out of it. That's supposed to be one of the indicators of demonic possession.
Spiky bits.
Well, that was a different upgrade, but yes. My old Thousand Suns Chaos Lord used to take spiky bits because it gave you an extra attack. I'm just really annoyed with the fact that in the Thousand Suns Codex, at least the 8th Thousand Suns Codex, we'll see with the new one, but they got rid of the ability to give power swords or force swords or whatever you want to fucking call it to rubric sorcerers. When, if you look at the old rubric sorcerers, they came standard with swords, not with staves.
And the rubric sorcerers are the sergeants of the rubric high?
Yes.
And of course the actual psyker in the unit.
Yes.
But you can't explicitly. Actually, there is one effect that allows you to directly pick the model.
If you take a Vindicare
Just
assassin,
one. What?
If you take a Vindicare assassin.
I was referring to, I think it's the Death Juster can actually pick a unit. I mean, pick a model, but that's on failure of morale, though.
Yeah, the Vindicare assassin, I believe, it states that he can select a model in a unit, a specific model in a unit. So he can snipe like heavy weapons troopers and sergeants.
Special weapons carrier and the like.
Yeah. I believe. At least his old rules allowed him to. So I'm not sure if he still has that or not. Good old Vindicare. I've never taken him since 3rd edition. I really should. His rules
I
are
like
fucking
the idea of
nasty.
Vindicares. However, most Imperial armies already have at least some ability in doing what he does, and there's only one of him.
Well, they kind of do. He excels at it in a way that no one else does. Not even fucking, oh god, Eliminators. The major thing that he has is he has headshot and stratagems for things like multi-kill, which allows him to fire again. Headshot is if he hits and wounds the target, regardless of whether or not he kills it, you keep rolling escalating dice and deal mortal wounds until the unit dies or you stop rolling the needed target number.
Yeah. There's also the fact that he hits on a 2 no matter what, and any modifiers because of cover do not count.
Yep. Yeah, no, the Vindicare is really, really good. Really, really, really
Oh yeah.
He's also worth that 100 points. That's the major problem with him, is that he's 100 points. And taking
Like,
him
yeah.
locks you out of being able to take an Inquisitor.
Right.
Which, if you're playing guard, you kind of, want to leave that option open just in case. Because Inquisitor Greyfax is really, really fucking good. Especially
The
against
anti-psyker Inquisitor.
Yeah, especially against psyker-heavy armies. The other really good one is Kyrea. Because she can smite and target a unit rather than being the closest unit within 18. The difference is, though, is that Kyrea can only deny 1, whereas Greyfax can deny 2. So, you going up against someone with a lot of spell casts, might be a good idea to take Greyfax. Going up against someone where you kind of want to maximize the amount of shit you can smite, might be best to take Kyrea.
Agreed. However, there is the black sheep of the Imperial Legions in terms of anti-psychers, the Glexus, or is it the Calidus?
Culexus is the anti-psyker. The Calidus is the spy.
The Infiltrator, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Culexus is not bad, but he got worse because he used to be the best tar pit unit in the game. You could spend, because he was actually less than every other assassin. I think he was only 90 points compared to everyone else's well over 100. And his I can't remember. I think it was Black Soul ability was that you cannot hit him on anything better than a 6+.
Combine that with, what was it, 3 save?
All assassins have a 4+ save, but I think there was a way to drive his down to a 3+ invulnerable.
Oof.
Yeah, like I said, he was
that would take a while.
He was the ultimate tar pit unit. They since nerfed him quite a bit, and he's just lackluster now, unfortunately.
I've only ever ran into one tar pit, Ruthard.
Good old Ruthard. I got him right here. There's Ruthard. I'm just gonna leave Ruthard here. He'll hang out in the corner of the stream here. Good old Ruthard. But yeah. Speaking of,
I'm still.
They actually changed runt herds. They're actually fairly good even for smaller grot size squads now, and they got a massive point decrease, and they kind of needed it because 35 fucking points for a fucking runt herd was retarded.
Points, was it?
35.
That sounds about... 35 is bang on for a elite character.
Yeah, but his only real function was to buff grots.
Right, as opposed to other 35-point elite characters, the most famous example being the Engine Seer, is a lot more able to be used.
Well, the one that I'm thinking of when it comes to 35 points and being a character is things like the Company Commander.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would look at. Company Commanders, Engine Seers. Though I wouldn't take it, the Tech Priest that helps Castellan robots and that.
Oh, the Datasmith? Yeah. Yeah, no, there's no point to take a Datasmith. You just use the stratagem, lock them in place, and turn your Castellan robots into a fucking amazing bunker, essentially. Just a fire bunker.
And whatever happened to Fisty Castellans?
Fuck them. No reason to take them. Not when you get 6s to hit, give you 2 hits. That's the whole reason to take Castellan robots.
Fair enough. The most recent FAQ, I think, actually nerfed a couple of troublesome AdMech units. The one I remember most was Dragoons and Iron Striders losing core outright.
Oh wow. Yeah. I suppose it's no skin off my nose then, because I never planned on taking them, but they were appealing given the fact that they got a assault las cannon.
Combine that with Metallica.
Yeah. But now they don't get their rerolls from being near characters.
However, as I just said with Metallica, do you really see a character keeping up with them?
No. Well, unless you... Well, nah, no, not really.
Because most AdMech characters move what, 6?
I think maybe the Dominus moves faster. I think maybe the Dominus
Fair enough.
is 8. I don't remember.
But that's still not fast enough to keep up with 14 plus 1d6.
Yeah. I'm hoping I can finish this biker today.
Indeed.
Bike is pretty much done. Just need to finish him, attach him to the bike, and then finish up the gun. The gun is pretty much done too. Just need to do some detail work on it. I'm thinking I might go this weekend to the Warhammer store and pick up a orc start collecting. If it's still there, which I hope it is. If I do that, then
right,
I'm good for a while on my orcs.
And I'm still stuck waiting for new guard stuff.
Well, you got
That's
the,
not from another. That's not from another game.
You got the new Cadian sprues.
Yes, buy more infantry squad to sit around half painted.
Well, get on painting them then.
Fair enough.
The only person you got to blame for that is you. So.
Yes. Half painted 2 infantry squads. An entirely unpainted pair of Lehman Russes. And I think I still need to put some touches on one of the commissars.
That's the one thing that I hope gets a genuine rework to make them fucking good in the new codex.
The only reason I would see commissars getting a major buff is if conscripts received something similar to the cultist limit.
I could see that. They probably should.
Link it to officers though, just to be that hard on it.
Yeah, I could see that. I say the funny thing is that in my really big infantry armies, I usually take, oh god, 2 company commanders and 3 platoon commanders, just so I've got enough orders to go around. So I'm perfectly fine with that for officers because I've got more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to try conscript spamming. The problem is that it's the GW got rid of the easy build Cadian Imperial Guardsman, so it's not cost effective to buy the regular infantry boxes in the numbers that I would need to make conscripts.
Mm. And another issue is GW has a hard limit, it seems right now, minimum of 5 points per model.
Yeah, I hate that. That really needs to change, because Grots should not be 5 fucking points a model.
You've probably seen how bad the Grots got it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a 2-point model for 5 points with what they did to them. Lost Obsect requires a run turd basically at this point. Sure, they gained a point of toughness, but that's only to 3. And what, were they only 2 points before this, or were they 4?
They were 4 points before the increase to 5. The problem is that Grots are the same cost as a fucking infantry guardsman, an infantry squad member, and for that matter, a conscript now. But yeah, they used to be the same points as a conscript, not an infantryman. Well, okay, no, it's not even an infantryman anymore, because infantrymen are 5.5 points, because GW made an arbitrary infantry squads cost 55 points for 10 models.
They need to undo that and switch. I could see them learning from the fact that Grunt completely useless at 5 points. It'll probably be the same deal for conscripts at 5 points without serious buffs, but that risks the return of the conscript spam. Yeah. And squad conscripts and make infantry squads 10 to 20. No, 10/20. Nothing in the middle.
The thing about it is that conscript spamming still works. It just doesn't work in the same way that it did when it had to be nerfed. And it, I don't know, the overzealous changes because of beardy fucking dickheads using to the letter rules rather than in the spirit rules. GW needs to knock that shit off. They're letting the tournament scene ruin the game for literally everyone else.
Yes, and when they finally make an issue, when they finally issue a correction, and yes, I am going to make another rant about Chaplain Dreadnoughts, and I understand why you hate them. They overdo it whenever they finally make a correction.
Well, that one, I'm perfectly fine with them getting rid of it entirely.
I am actually thinking that adding a wound to the Chaplain Dreadnought would have been the best way to nerf them.
That and not making them ballistic skill fucking 2.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because that was.
And you know why I am.
That was the most egregious thing about them, was the fact that they had fucking ballistic skill 2.
You understand why I'm saying add a wound as a nerf.
Yeah, because then you can't fucking
look out, sir, them.
Look out, sir, them. Yeah. But yeah, no, the most egregious thing about them was the fucking BS2 gloss.
And wasn't there also a fact that when Iron Hands were Iron Hands, you could often see 2 or 3 of them being ran as the HQs.
Well, no, you didn't often. That was the tournament meta. And what it was that you did that, and you took the stratagem that turned them into a character to give them Lookout Sir, and then used intercessors as wound batteries for them. They automatically had Duty Eternal, which now every Dreadnought has, not just the Iron Hands. But yeah, they had a lot of shit that you could stack. You know, it was all of those. Well, it technically says, and it's part of this keyword, which is why they went through and overhauled absolutely everything and put in the fucking core keyword. So that there wasn't any of this, well, actually, or technically. No, go fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Your captain cannot inspire himself.
Though, most Dreadnoughts retained the core keyword. Most.
Yes, most. Librarian Dreadnoughts did not.
Neither did Leviathan ones, I think.
Yeah, I don't think Leviathans did, and I don't think Contemptors did. But Contemptors are now beardy for a completely different reason.
Oh, what's fucked them up this time?
Everyone, look at any tournament. There is not a single Space Marine player at all who is not taking at least one Contemptor Dreadnought with twin Volkites.
The Relic Contemptor. Gonna have to quickly check what that is exactly. Just because I'm on the Chaos list, will the Chaos one show basically the same idea?
I think so, yeah. Well, no, it absolutely does, because Chaos people are doing it too. Like I said, any Marine.
Let's see. Volkite. Twin Volkite covering. Okay, that's a lot of strength shots. And I can already see the other problem.
But yeah, that's the new meta hotness right now is Contemptors with Volkites. For a while there, it was Derrideos, but now it's Contemptors with Volkites.
And I can see why if the Chaos version is the same as the main version.
I believe they are. I think they're the same.
Heavy 8602, 1 mortal wound on unmodified wound rolls of 6.
Yep. Yeah, they're the same.
Right, but you get all those fancy 9th edition Space Marine rules on top of that.
Yeah, well, I would say the people that take the Twin Volkite Contemptors are going to be the people that have codexes, aka fucking Death Guard and now Thousand Suns when Thousand Suns come back around.
Right, also I forgot, the Chaos one was also updated in the same booklet as the main one.
Yeah.
Because they are Forge World stuff.
Yes. Meaning they don't need a codex, they just need an Imperial armor.
Hello. I'm seeing a discrepancy between the Relic and the Hellforged Contemptor. Not with the Volkites. Hellforged. I gotta recheck this but the relic one, its chain fist, that might be better.
Who, the Hellforged or the Relic Contemptor?
The Relic Contemptor, because its chain fist is -4, straight flat 4.
Mm-hmm.
And the Hellforged is times 2 for damage 2d3.
Well, I can tell you this much: no one's taking the chain fist. Everyone is taking twin dual Volkites.
But
because that's what you can do with a Contemptor.
But World Eaters go burr. I know that's chaos, but...
And World Eaters can eat fucking strength 6 mortal wounds and shit.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's kind of BS.
Oh no, the Hellforged is actually clearly better. It uses the big melee dreadnought, the ironclad chain fist rule. Against vehicles, it's a straight 6.
Yeah.
I'd still argue a chain fist is, I wouldn't say better, but more rounded.
Yeah. But you're not going to tournaments.
No. Also, I'm not spending the nearly $200 on just that.
Yes. Unless you find a Cheeky Breeky or a Ching Chong.
I don't trade with China. China is asshole.
China is asshole. Yeah, it kind of sucks. The only recaster I could find that had a Demacaron for SCP was a China one, until he found a Cheeky Breeky. And we're like, whew! Much rather give money to Russians.
Of course, because the Russians are less focused on the economic destruction of the United States.
Yes.
It's still on their agenda, but it's not number one.
Well, given their practices, I would figure that they're more focused on the economic destruction of fucking Great Britain. Because why would you buy a $200 fucking Forge World item when you can buy it from a Cheeky Breeky for fucking $30?
Well, $30?
$30. Yeah, we found a fucking Demacaron for only $35.
Damn. And I think I need to add a little disclaimer. Susan, you're not endorse or promote third-party sellers as a streaming group as a whole. Him and I, completely.
Yes. And that's the thing too, is that talking about endorsing third-party stuff like that. The only person who really cares about that is fucking Games Workshop. But you know what? I'm calling you out, Games Workshop, if you're fucking listening, which I don't think you are, but still. People wouldn't need to go to Cheeky Breekies or fucking Chinese recasters if you fucking sold your goddamn minis. The macarons are not on their website anymore. Taking them straight down off of fucking Forge.
Okay, they make something completely and utterly overpowered that was a collector's item in the last edition, and then they take it off of the store.
Yep.
And we have the entire freaking edition to have to deal with it or at least until the Armor Compendium updates, but I don't know the update cycle on those.
Yeah, neither do I.
So it's correct to assume the entire fucking edition.
You know, given the fact that they've taken it down off the website, I can almost guarantee you that, okay, what that says to me, and I would be willing to bet, not the entire farm, but I'll bet a cow on it. They're going to make a plastic kit out of it. It's coming.
I will support that.
Yeah, it's coming to the Codex proper.
As a Lord of War. That thing is big enough to be a Lord of War.
It is, but, kind of. It's actually just as big as the Snex.
Oh, the big Snex?
Yeah. The, Trigon, Moloch, all them. It's just as big as those. And if they're only heavy support, then I can see the Dim Macaron still only being a fucking fast attack. Hands down the best fast attack in the fucking game, but, you know, it's...
It would be the... Okay. My reasons against it, it's the ideal nerf to Dimacrodons. And two, if they're going to make a plastic kit, might as well have a plastic Lord of War option. Hello?
Well, the Tyranids are one of the few armies that do not have any Lords of War, like, period, in their codex. You have to go to...
Paradin and Hierophant.
Yeah, well, you have to go to the Forge World to get your Lords of War.
Yep.
So
yeah.
That is one reason for thinking maybe it'll go to Lord of War. The other one is they've already set things in motion to make Lords of War not so terrible in trying to fit them into regular armies. Only when you're trying to soup things like knights into fucking guard or something like that are you going to run into issues. But taking like a Baneblade with your guard, that's very easily done now. So I could see them doing that.
Of course, I've always advocated for the return of the Shrike.
Yeah, the big problem with the Shrike is that what you get from the Shrike, because no, don't get me wrong, I'm all for that because I really like the look of the Shrike. The Shrike had a really fucking cool model, but logistically speaking, what you get and all of the shit that you would need to do to put out the Shrike as a model. And what you actually get on the tabletop, it's just not worth it. It's not worth the time and effort it takes to make the model or write rules for it or any of that kind of stuff. It sucks because, like I said, I really like the model, but all things considered, it's just not worth it.
Fair enough. Those flying rippers going to plastic then, please?
That could be cool. Sky Slashers?
I always assumed them to be actually little flyers. Even the ground version.
No, they don't have wings. They burrow, which is more terrifying.
What? Generate a sinkhole underneath a guard camp and then just let it cave in?
Well, technically that's what the Moloch does.
Fair enough. But where the Moloch will just swallow the camp, or it's part of the camp whole, once the sinkhole collapses, all those guardsmen are in a hole with thousands of rippers.
Or Raveners. Don't forget Raveners, too.
Not as horrific as thousands upon thousands of tiny little chewy things.
I don't know, man. Raveners are fucking... They're scary. Especially considering they have the guns, you know. The Death Spitter, Devourer, and all of those. Spine Fists. Built into their torso. So they can shoot you while they run up and stab you with their scything talons. And or rending claws.
Right. They get bone swords too?
No.
No. Then again, talons and claws are better.
They get rending claws and toxin sacks, I believe. And say, just talking with SCP about all of the Tyrannid stuff, I've become well more versed in Tyranids than I ever planned on being after fucking 5th edition.
Yes. Guy gets into Warhammer 40k in your area. Guess what I play? Tyranids.
Well,
Tyranids.
That's less the case anymore. I mean, my roommate has a Tyrannid army as well, but it's an old 2nd edition Tyrannid army, and it's got horrible models and definitely not enough to actually play games. Yeah, for a while there, every single person that I knew in my area played fucking Tyranids. Which is why I knew how to dismantle them so fucking easily.
Yes. But to circle back around to the original topic, Purifiers and Razorbacks?
Yeah.
Because the main issue with Purifiers is their smite's only 3 inches.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna say, talking about small size squads that you can put in Razorbacks, fucking Purgation squads.
Yeah.
4 fucking
the thing with the thing with Purgation squads is, I don't know if this is just me misinterpreting the army, but I see Grey Knights as a melee army.
They can be if you choose to go that way. The thing about it is that Purgation squads give you much needed fire support that the Grey Knights just cannot get on their own. Not really. You can get, like, you know, Psy Cannons in your Paladins and Terminator squads, but you just can't get nearly as many of them as if you did a Purgation squad, and for not nearly as many points. It's not as heavy an investment for a Purgation squad than it would be to take them on Terminators. So
only things that,
you know, from my point of view, it's better to take Purgation.
Yeah, the only thing that, in my view, is as efficient point-wise for heavy-duty fire support are the Dreadnoughts and the Dread Knight.
Yeah, I would never take a Dread Knight, though. I hate that model.
Baby carrier.
The only cool papoose is the Nundum. Just saying it right now, man. Fucking Invictor's lame. Dread Knight's lame. think I can go ahead and attach him to the bike now.
Another big reason for my thoughts of purifiers in the Razorback rather than Perjuration squads is, can't the Perjuration squads just sit at the back somewhere and do their shooty?
Well, at 36, sometimes you need to get them close.
Fair enough. No, with purifiers, I have to get really close.
Yes.
And of course, being really close helps how I view Grey Knights as a melee army. Hit them with a d6 smite and then charge.
Yep. I'm loving though that the Thousand Suns are going to be the big nemesis to the Grey Knights for right now. Because you can hit me with a smite, yeah, and then I fucking deny it, and then you charge. And then I go and say, okay, you're charging my 8-point Zangors. Have fun.
Damn you and your tar pit. Teleports in paladins in behind you.
Scarab Occults smite you down.
Oh. Oh, wait. I have a way around that. Hoarding staffs. Or did those change? I'd have to look. Nemesis warding staves. They give a defensive bonus, at least in the 8th dex, but 8th dex is basically defunct.
Well, now, because the new codex is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something you can rely on sticking around. There we go. That guy's pretty much painted, and I'll ink him tomorrow. Yeah, angle him towards the camera so you guys can see. There's still some details I need to do because I need to paint the lights, the headlights on it, and stuff like that. And then he needs ink. Yeah. Got another bike done. That's bike number 4. I got 2 more to do. And I got 6 bikes. And then I just need 1 more box of bikes, and then I've got a full squad. Full Mama Boys. So. Alright, just need to clean up a little bit here on the base. And then we'll call it quits for the night.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Well, we've been your minions of the zoo. Thank you for coming out and listening to us nerd and watching paint dry. Be sure to watch tomorrow where Skep Tock is the host, and yeah. Hope you have a good time.
Have a good night, everyone.
And you say something? Alright. Have a good night, everyone. Take care, everyone. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.